welcome to the It Doesn't Hold Up podcast. We review and reevaluate all things we remember fondly from our childhood and years prior to see if they still hold up, and more if not, they probably don't. I'm Stuart Shepherd, along with my co-host and good friend Michael Smith. Smith, how are you doing?
Hello? 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 Stu? Hello? I'm all right, thanks, mate. And how are you?
Yeah, that I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I'm great because it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Ah, isn't it just?
I mean, to be fair, it's been looking like Christmas since October. Everyone in my neighbourhood has already had their tree and decorations up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I tell you, I found I've been watching a lot of daytime TV recently as a new father, and one of the things that they like to debate on daytime TV are roughly around about the 30th of November is when is too early to put up your Christmas tree? The answer is the 30th of November is too early. 1st of December, and then on. It's fine. Apart from that, piss off.
I don't know. Some people think the minute you get Halloween out of the way that it's fair game. It's like, no, you're right. It's 1st of December.
Exactly.
Traditionally, in my house, we've always put it up on the 13th, 12 days before, and you take them down 12 days after, which is the 6th of January. But there you go.
I don't know. If you still got your Christmas tree up on 6th of January, you're a fucking nutcase.
Nah, to be honest, on the 2nd, that shit gets put away. So yeah. Can't be bothered to do it on New Year's Day. Right. Anyway. So yes, this is the Christmas episode. So, but before we get into all that, we're just want to talk about last episode's feedback, which was the real Ghostbusters, picked by Smith himself. Thank you very much. The
Ooh.
second cartoon we've ever done, and we got a ton of feedback from this. We really did, and great viewership and download from this. So this is one of our more popular episodes. So it just goes to show you how popular the real Ghostbusters was for many people in their childhood. So, in no particular order, great episode. I loved this back in the day. Great episode. However, how did neither of you mention Transformers when discussing toy tie-ins? I was like, well, didn't really watch Transformers, but yeah, the toys were
No,
pretty
you see,
cool.
that's it. I had some of the toys, but I never really watched it.
Yeah. The OG animated series and toys were epic. On another note, I remember loving this series, Ghostbusters, as a kid, and this brought back some nostalgia about playing with the traps in the Ecto one with my cousin.
No.
Uh, oh, Another great podcast, guys. Always a fun listen. And this is the comment that I have no idea what it means, and I think somebody might have commented on the wrong thing. It was Ragnarok does. What? 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 It's like, does the
Right.
real Ghostbusters hold up? Ragnarok does. I'm like, Thor?
Well, yeah, sure. Cool. Good for you.
Yeah, that's truly bizarre. So yeah, whoever you were, thanks for that feedback. But yeah,
Yeah, or just post more random comments. That'd be great. Tell us films that you think hold up.
yeah, Ragnarok. Yeah, I thought Ragnarok was decent. There you go. Right, is there anything else you want to say on the real Ghostbusters cartoon before we get into our Christmas episode?
No, I'm feeling Christmassy. Let's get all tinsel and jingle bells and all that various other
Yeah,
Christmassy crap.
yeah, let's. Right. So this episode's nomination came from me, which is Black Christmas from 1974, the so-called first ever horror slasher.
Hmm.
Uh, Now I wanted to do this
Lots of
because
films claim to be that.
I know. I will still die on the hill that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the first slasher, but
Oh,
anyway.
I'd probably think Psycho, maybe?
Yeah, I've heard Psycho's
Peeping
technically a
Tom,
slash.
perhaps?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we can get on all that later. But yeah, so I wanted to choose something a little bit different. So the last 2 years we've done family-friendly Christmas movies. Like, let's do a good old horror Christmas movie. So yeah, this is the story about a sorority house at university at Christmas time who are targeted and harassed by an unseen killer known only as Billy and his phone calls. That's about it.
I mean, there's three of these films.
Yep.
There's Black Christmas, there's
Hmm.
Black Xmas, which is
Oh,
more of a straight remake and even features a same member of the cast. And then there's the Black Christmas remake from 2019, I think it was, which I've not seen,
no.
but by all accounts is absolutely fucking terrible. I was
Yeah.
expecting this to be a heartfelt family film where an African American family discover the joys of Christmas, and I was sorely disappointed.
No, it's nothing like that at all. Yeah. But yeah, no, I've never seen the remakes or the reimaginings or whatever
You've
else.
not
I've
seen
only
the
ever seen.
remake?
No, I don't want
The
to.
kind of the early 2000s one. It's
No.
grimy. It's really grimy. It's got this real kind of lurid sensibility to it. It's very violent. It goes into the backstory of Billy, explains it all. It's got an obsession with people's eyes getting plucked out. It's pretty grim.
No,
Pretty
I've seen
grim.
I've seen the kill count on it, and that was enough for me. Right then. So when did this come out? Yeah, so this came out in Canada in October 11th, 1974, and then the United States got it in 1975. We didn't get it until September 1975, so it was a
When
whole
I was
year after.
11 years old.
Ah,
What? I had nothing.
I've said too much.
I'm not 70.
Yeah, got me questioning like, wait a minute. So 1974, we were born then. But yeah, so
There's barely even a twinkle in my daddy's eye.
indeed, indeed. Yeah. So what was going on in 1974, or what we doing for this section? What we doing?
You
Doing
see.
something fun or
Well,
what?
we're doing something fun. Because it's
Good.
Christmas, I thought I'd give you a little Christmas treat, like a
Oh,
like a Christmas cracker, but one of the old ones that had good stuff in it, not the new ones that are all ecologically conscious and don't have any plastic in them.
huh.
You get two jokes. Ooh. Um,
Oh,
so what I have done for this little Christmas podcast of ours is I've gone on to Letterboxd. Are you familiar with Letterboxd?
I'm a familiar of it, but I don't use it.
So I do use it, and I've gone onto there, and I've gone onto some Christmas classics, and I've
Mm.
looked at the user reviews of Christmas classics, and I found half-star user reviews of Christmas classics. I'm
Right.
going to read you the half-star review of some of these Christmas classics, and I'm going to ask you to tell me what film it is that they're talking about.
So just to clarify, some of these half-star Christmas reviews, right? Could
Hmm.
they be good films, but someone just thought it was really shit?
Yes, this is the whole point. I've found films that are
Right. Okay.
Christmas classics
Right.
that
Okay.
somebody has gone on and just thought was trash.
Okay. It's not like, it's one of those terrible made for TV movie Christmas movies that
No, no.
someone's just trash. It's actually a classic. Okay, cool.
I guarantee you each of these is a film you will have seen.
Okay, proceed.
Some more than once. Right, first one. Here we go. Half-star review by the user Hoggle_123. All caps, but I won't shout to save the listeners' ears. This film is absolute trash. I do not recommend. My soul was dying of hate when I watched it. If you want to be happy and stay happy, do not watch this film.
Is it something like Elf?
No, it's not Elf. It's not Elf. I mean,
Damn.
some of these have no hints. I've taken two half-star reviews for each film. So to give you another, I'll give you another one for the same film
Okay,
and see if this helps unpick it for you in any way, right?
go on.
This is my stepmother's favorite movie. And she forces my dad to watch it with her nearly every single night while they go to sleep. And it's engraved into her mind and sometimes gets my sister to watch it. And I've only watched it once before this. I can't fucking stand this movie. It's so annoying. I hate this movie. I hate it. I hate it. I left to go to my room to read 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I got for Christmas.
Good God.
Half
Oh,
star.
oh, is it National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
No, it's not. It
God damn
is
it.
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
My God, what's wrong with these people? Why would you hate that film? It's perfect.
I know. I especially love the line, if you want to be happy and stay happy, do not watch this film. This film makes me happy. How
Yeah, I was
dare
gonna
you?
say, on the contrary. All right.
Okay, all right. Here's the next one. All right, ready? This is a
Hmm.
half-star film for Christmas classic.
Yep.
Seriously, the worst Christmas movie I've ever had the displeasure of watching. Everything about its tone is mean, terrible, and not fun. There are some cool effects, and it might be okay to watch with people who remember the 80s lucidly enough to tell you about how much coke everyone was on. Half star.
Oh, now there's a few hints in that. I'm gonna say Santa Claus the movie.
Nope.
Damn it. Have you got another review there?
I actually don't. I've only got one for this one.
Fuck.
I think all the other ones I found gave away too easily what it was. Okay, so think a film in the 1980s
Yeah.
that's got a mean tone to it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think, what mean tone to it? Oh, I don't want to waste too much time. Go on,
No,
put me on. Oh, wait.
Scrooged.
Yes, damn it. I
Ah,
was about to say Scrooge. Fuck.
ah,
Fuck.
you see, you got to be quick. You got to be quick. Right.
Yeah,
Okay, half-star review. Here we go.
go on.
I hate this movie and I hate that fucking kid. I hope he dies. Half star.
Home Alone.
Correct.
Yeah, I got one.
The other review I got for this one was my family forced me to watch this every year. Pisses me off, and Saw did it better.
Yes, it did.
Um, all right, here we go. Another one.
Mhm.
This one's fucking easy, but okay. I fucking hate this movie. Only enjoyable part was the old hoarder lady with words.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Could have spaced them out a bit. Or...
Oh, well, yes. All right. Okay, next one. Here we go. Half-star review.
Yeah.
I fished for attention when I was younger and said that this movie gave me nightmares. Now, everybody says how the movie gave me nightmares. It did, in fact, fucking not. Half a star.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, no, no,
Ah,
no, no.
gave me.
Give you another one.
We've already said Scrooged, so it's not that. Go on. What else?
Okay, I'll give you another one. I love this movie until I recently rewatched it and saw that it depicts animal abuse. Please stop this. Stop abusing animals in your movies because it disgusts me and makes me not even want to watch it anymore. So stop, stop, stop.
Oh, I've got no idea. What animal abuse?
Let's take a crack at an 80s Christmas movie
What,
that
Santa
might be.
Claus the movie? I don't know.
No, Gremlins.
Oh, yeah, when the dog's all tied up with the Christmas
Yeah.
lights. Yeah. Okay. These people, what fucking films do they enjoy then?
A lot of them like the work of Michael Bay. Um,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. Clearly, this movie didn't convey its message enough because my mum loves this, but still voted for Donald Trump, half star.
I mean, that could be anything. Um, Bloody hell. It's a Wonderful Life.
Correct.
Oh my God.
It's a Wonderful Life. Um, the other review of this said, "I'd rather watch Arthur Christmas, and that's like a fork to the eye. Fuck this film and fuck everyone involved. Cunt."
Oh
Okay, here
my
we go.
good God.
Here's one. The only Christmas movie to actively endorse terrorism, half star.
Die Hard.
No.
What? Involves
Uh,
terrorism?
okay, I'll give you the second review of this. I
Yeah.
can literally only think of one other movie more racist than this one, and it's the version of White Christmas where they did blackface.
Is it Trading Places?
No, it's Jingle All the Way.
What? How's that
I
racist?
don't know.
At what point in Jingle All the Way is it racist?
No. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Another one.
Right.
I
Make
couldn't
this the
watch the.
last one because otherwise we could be
Oh
here all
no, I've got a
day.
couple
Go
good
on.
ones. All right, I
All right,
couldn't
go
watch the playoffs because I had to watch this in class while my favorite baseball team was playing an elimination game and lost. So I'm forever going to hold it against this movie.
on.
After, okay. I can't lie, this ain't a fucking Christmas movie. Where's Santa? I've never watched it, but a Christmas movie about violence, blasphemous. Half star.
Die Hard.
Yes, Die Hard.
Yeah.
I enjoy the line. I've never watched it.
Yeah. But I hate it.
Okay, here's one. Okay, okay. Hold on, let me just double check. So I've got a couple more. This one. Okay, yeah, two more. This one and then
All
one
right.
more.
Okay, go.
Was insinuating Santa was a paedophile really necessary? Half star.
What? What film is that? Oh, is there another one? Or is that only
There's
one
another
for
one
that?
for this one. There's another
Go
for
on.
this
Yeah,
one.
go on, go on,
It's not going to help you.
go on.
Santa, more like bad Santa. He treats his elves as if they're subhuman, and I don't support the working conditions while he fats around and eats cookies and milk. He gets all the credit for these toys and joy, but the little guys behind the scenes making it all happen. The only miracle is that I haven't found a friend to help me with fucking up Santa, because one day I'll get to him, and I can't handle him one on one. I need backup, but he will get his.
Angry people writing these reviews. I'm gonna again say Santa Claus the movie.
No, Miracle on 34th Street.
Good God.
Oh dear. Okay, and finally.
Yeah.
This was a painful experience. Never in my life have I seen a movie where I hated absolutely every character. Every line of this movie is either screamed or delivered in an annoying ass melodramatic or whiny way. It took me 3 sessions to actually get through this horrendous piece of trash. I actually like schlocky old school movies, but definitely not this one. Think I'll just stick with the director's other Christmas movie. Half star.
Ah, is it a Christmas story?
No, it's Black Christmas. And talking of which,
Yes, I think we should get straight onto it. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Trying to guess terrible reviews for terrible,
sorry,
parody
I,
terrible movies.
I intentionally picked one that was completely off left field.
I've never seen a Christmas story, which is why we can't cover it. So sorry, folks.
Yeah, I've never seen it because it's an American thing, as far as I'm concerned.
That's Canadian, isn't it?
Oh, it's big in America.
Okay. All right. Anyway, right. So back to Black Christmas 1974. So I know exactly where I was, but when did you first watch this movie? Because I've got a theory where you watched it, but yeah, you tell me.
So I've always loved slasher films. It's always been a thing of mine. I've always enjoyed slashers. Always have done. Ever since my mum bought me the Halloween 1 and 2 double video box set
Mm.
from the corner shop when I was reasonably young. I was off work. I was off school sick, and I was, "Oh, mum, I want to watch this film. Can you buy it for me?" And she did, and I was about 7. Um, she'll argue blind that didn't happen, but she's talking shit. Um, so after that, I was in the mood for watching any kind of slash films, and so I think one of my friends from primary school showed me this. I think his dad had a copy of it, so he showed me a copy of this, and then I sought it out on that after that on television wherever I could.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. Because then you kept harping on about it because yeah, I love slasher movies as well. Like I grew up watching the Friday the 13th and the Freddy's, and then obviously when we got a bit older, it was all Neo, like Scream and Urban Legend. And then you were like, oh, and Child's Play as well, love that. And then you were like, oh, have you ever seen Black Christmas? Like, what the hell is Black Christmas? You went, oh my God, it's a killer at Christmas time. I was like, oh, all right. And then I think it was on one Christmas and you taped it and you came in and went, oh, I finally taped it. Like, watch it. And I watched it and I was like, the fuck is this? And then
It's very differently paced. I will give you that.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, let's not talk too much about what we thought about it back then. But yeah, that's my first experience of it, being about 14 at secondary school. You thrusting this film upon me and saying, "Oh, it's great! It's in the same camp as Friday the 13th and Jason and all that." I was like, "Right, sorry, and Freddy and all that." We'll see. So yeah, right then, I think we've talked enough. I think we should get into the inverted commas plot.
Mm.
Right then. So, oh, by the way, where did you watch this? Because I watched this on YouTube because it was there for free.
I watched it on Amazon using a free Shout TV subscription on Amazon
Amazing.
Prime.
So we both paid
I have it on
watched it for
DVD.
free.
I do own it on DVD somewhere, I
Oh,
think.
but for ease, you just
could,
put it on Amazon.
yeah, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, okay. Cool, cool. Right, so we get a very TV movie looking opening credit to start off, and then we get Silent
I
Night
just love the fact
Carol.
it's produced by Film Funding.
Yeah, just says everything, doesn't it?
I tell you what, these opening credits made me feel weirdly Christmassy. And I think it's like the kind of proper kind of picture box house that they've
Yeah,
got, where it kind of
yeah,
looks really Christmassy. I'm like, Christmas,
yeah. And
brilliant.
it's all snowy, and you can hear Silent Night being sung over it. So yeah, yeah, I'll give you that. And there's a party going on inside, and then Jess arrives home. But then somebody in a POV shot is lurking about outside. Ooh. Don't mess
Yeah, they
about, does
created
he? Get straight into it.
straight into it, and they created a special head rig for these shots for the camera. So the
Mm.
cameraman created a special rig, which you can, when he gets up into the attic, sort of see in the shadow.
Oh,
It
really?
looks like he's wearing something very big on his head.
Oh, well, I watched it on YouTube, so the quality was terrible. So I didn't spot that. Yeah. And then inside the party, we get Margot Kid. I was like, fuck, I forgot she was in this film.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah. And she
It's got
plays
a bit of
Bart.
it's got a bit of a good cast on it. This because you've got Margot Kidder, you've got John
Yep.
Saxon, you've
And
got
Olivia Hussey.
And Keir Dullea from 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah. No, no, it was quite impressive. As they were popping up, I was like, my God, there's loads of people
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this. I just remember it being like a bunch of nobodies, but no, quite a few people
yeah.
in this. Right, so back at the party, Margot Kid are playing Barb. She's angry at the front door is open. I've put, will this door issue come back? We'll see.
No,
It does. It does come
Does it?
back. Yes.
Mm,
Well, you weren't paying attention. Right, anyway.
no.
Oh, so we see that pesky lurker is outside and he's climbing the trellis up the house. I'm like, I do wonder what possessed this man to do that, this person to do this? Like, why? Like, you don't get any backstory of this
No.
person whatsoever.
Well,
You get hints, you get little
you
hints
get
every now and again.
snippets of
Yeah,
backstory.
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't get a full backstory, and yeah, I also think I felt the open door misdirect was weird because it's a bit like why didn't you just come in the door? And I think a lazier film probably would have had him just creep in the door and not bother
Run
all of it.
upstairs.
But
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Right. So we're back at that party. Yeah. Barb is talking to Phil, and I can only assume that is short for Phyllis. Because I'm like, Phil?
Yeah,
Who
it
the
is.
hell is
Yeah,
called Phil? Yeah.
my dad's called Phil.
Your dad's a bloke and he's called Phillips. It makes sense. Like most people called Phyllis aren't called Phil, but all right.
I bet they are.
All right, fine.
What's she gonna
Eh,
call them?
I don't know.
Liz?
Phyllis. Anyway, so Barb is talking to Phil and some dude with crazy hair. I don't think we ever find out that dude with crazy hair's name. Because when I went on
Yeah, you
IMDb, I was like,
do.
what's this guy's name?
You do. I fuck if I remember what it is, but you see him a couple of times,
You
and
see
then
him
he
a
just
couple of times, but I swear you just don't know his name. He's just random dude with crazy hair.
Kirk or something. Is that his
It
name?
might be
You do.
Kirk.
You do. His name is mentioned at some point.
All right, all right. They're talking about putting some festive thing on for kids with him dressed as Santa, and he refers to them as little bastards. I'm like, what is this guy's problem? And that's never really explored. Oh, he was just a miserable bastard. Oh yeah, these are all supposed to be uni
Identify.
students, by the way, and they're all about 40. Apart from Olivia
Yeah,
Hussey,
I live half live Hussey. Margot Kidder wasn't that old at this point. This was 75. She's gonna be in her
74.
20s. 74. She's gonna be in her 20s.
I don't know, or late
But she,
20s easily.
well, yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose. I'll
Anyway,
find out later.
yeah. Phone rings. Oh, who could it be? It's not the killer. But then Jess answers it.
Hello.
Hello? Pardon? What?
Oh,
Fucking funny. Every time she answers the phone, it's like, Olivia Hussey, you cannot act. It's really bad.
she is terrible. Hello. Who's there? Hello.
Love it. So why can't you just answer the phone like a normal person?
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's not the killer, it's Barb's mother, so it's all okay. But that pesky lurker has made his way into the attic via the window upstairs. Ooh.
I found this all quite effective. Kind of the concept that someone's creeping around in your
Yeah,
attic and you're completely unaware of it, and there is someone
yeah,
else in your house. That is it, and I think it's really kind of well done. Like it's the kind of POV shots are well done. Like just yeah, and the breathing. I think it's all yeah, it's nice.
yeah. There's bits of this, and again, you can see all the tropes of the slasher movie that I really like. Yeah, there
Mm.
are bits of it.
I would
Very,
say
very
it's
good
not.
premise.
I would say it's not a slasher film.
No, it's got the beginnings of one, I think. But
And
yeah,
the thing that I hadn't remembered about this is that it's set over like 24 hours.
yeah,
Like
I
it's
didn't
only
realize
set over
that.
like a day, which
Yeah,
when you think about it, makes more sense.
yep,
Because in like real life, if something like Scream happened, they'd murder the first person, maybe the second, then they'd all get arrested.
yeah, yeah. This
You're
is
not
one
you're
of those
not
things.
you're not stalking around killing people over the space of a week without getting nicked. Within 24 hours, you'll probably be all right.
Yeah, and again, I go back to what was this killer's end game? Was the killer just going to kill everyone in that house, and once they're all dead, they move on to another sorority house? Or, anyway, who knows?
Well, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. Yeah, yeah. So Barb's talking to her mum on the phone. And she's clearly pissed, and she says, "You're a real gold-plated whore, mother." I'm like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
Have you ever called your mother a gold-plated whore?
I don't think she'd speak to me again if I did that. But yeah, yeah, terribly disrespectful.
Fuck all my mother. She's like, what? But I don't know, mum. I've been drinking.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Margot Kidder's pissed in like every scene of this film.
Yeah,
But,
she's progressively more pissed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The lurker's slowly climbing his way
Sorry,
out the
just
attic.
again
God,
thinking about it, like when they're like, because it takes place over 24 hours. Like, oh, she's got a drinking problem. No, no, she could just be having a big Saturday. It's like
well,
we've
yeah,
all
it's
been there.
Christmas. Yeah,
I've been there. We've all had a big Saturday.
yeah. There is someone who's a bigger pisshead who we're going to come to in a minute. But yeah,
Yeah, she's that's
yeah,
full on
yeah, yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah. The lurker slowly climbs his way out the attic and is watching Barb from the top of the stairs. But then party's coming to an end, and then Chris says goodbye to his girlfriend Claire as he leaves the house. And then Barb asks anyone if they want to go skiing, but Claire can't because she's going home. Like, but are you? Ooh. The phone rings again, and once again, Jess answers it. Hello,
Hello,
and also,
hello. She's
and
wearing the
also,
weirdest fucking
yeah,
jumper as
that
well.
was my next point. It's got two hands on her titties. I'm like, what
Yeah,
is this?
these big. She wears a lot of yellow and black. She seems to like go around this film just like a bee. Like it's just yeah. It's
But
like
that's the
there's a
yellow
film.
black's fine, but why is there two hands groping her chest?
There's a notoriously bad movie that people out there will have heard of called Manos, the Hands of Fate. Manos, I believe, actually means hands in Greek, so it's hands, the hands of fate. In which he has this big cape, which is kind of red and black, but it's got these big hands on it, and I'm like, why is she wearing a Manos, the Hands of Fate jumper? That's a deep cut for bad movie references.
I mean, perhaps so. Apparently, I don't know if it's part of your Smith trivia. A lot of the actors just wore their own clothes because the budget was so tiny. So maybe yeah, it wasn't a jumper. Yeah,
Yeah, she's a nutcase, Olivia Hussey, by all accounts.
yeah. Also dead.
Yeah, yeah, no, she is, as is Margot Kidder,
Yeah, yeah,
as is John Saxon. Actually, quite a lot of them are dead.
yeah.
Mm.
Sad. Anyway, so this time it's the Mona on the call, as they call him, and everyone gathers around to hear nonsensical noises and screams and obscenities. Now, I've watched this film a couple of times in prep for this podcast, and the second time I
Mm.
had the subtitles on, and some of the shit that's being said is like, whoa! So you get
Yeah,
little
it's proper
hints of
grim.
who. It's great. First of all, you're getting little hints of who he is, but then he's saying all sorts of really like misogynistic shit to the women and
Mm.
stuff, and I'm like, I swear that video that you lent me, all that bit was cut out, or that they just you didn't hear exactly what he was saying. You just probably heard screams and all
Probably
that
the
sort of
sound.
stuff.
It's probably the sound mix. It's
Yeah,
probably the calls are properly creepy. Like
yeah,
the sound design on it is so well done, and I thought it could be funny in the wrong ways, but right at the end of the call when he just kind of stops, he goes, "I'm going to kill you." There's like it's
yeah,
fucking like chilling because it's like this horrible screaming mania followed by this very clear, calm, "I'm going to kill you,"
yeah.
and then
Like
hanging up the phone. It's like,
it reminded me of the Golden State Killer. You know when he called that woman at the time, and he's like, "I'm gonna
yeah,
kill you." Yeah, yeah. So that was pretty creepy. But Barb isn't phased, and she just tells him to fuck off while she's smoking a cigarette. But yeah, all the other all the other girls are distressed, and then Claire goes upstairs to pack, and then next we get Burgess Meredith's the Penguin arrive with presents. No, it's Mrs. May. It's Mrs. May. I kid. But I'm like, Who the fuck is this? Is she the landlady of the house? I couldn't work out who she's
No,
supposed to
I think
be.
sort of. I think in, and I'm going from what I've seen in films, in sorority houses, you often have an older woman who's in charge to
Right.
look after the girls, theoretically. So she lives
Okay.
there with them to make sure, and I think she probably is the landlady and owns the house to make sure they're not getting up to any trouble.
Like a
Which is
matron,
to
but
say, like,
or
yeah,
something.
like a matron. Oh,
Okay. Oh,
oh matron. Oh.
yeah,
Oh, that'd
yeah.
be brilliant if that was on the calls. Hello, oh matron. Oh, they don't like it up them, do they?
An entirely different film. Right, right, right.
Infamy, infamy. They've all got it. Infamy. I'm going to kill you.
Wait, what? Right, now we get to the most infamous bit. Well, not infamous. I mean, this is the bit that is burnt into my mind, right? Whenever I think of
Mm,
this film, I always remember this scene, right?
yeah,
So Claire's in her room packing, and we can see someone in the closets behind all the plastic sheets. I'm like, oh, that's creepy as shit. That's really, really cool. I like
it's creepy. It's really well done.
yeah, and then Claire thinks it's Claude the cat, and then she goes in the closet, and then she's ambushed by the lurker. And by this point, he's known him as Billy. So from now on, we'll be calling him Billy, 'cause that's what he said on the phone earlier on.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's ambushed. I'm like, nobody hears it because they're all having a jolly old good time downstairs, which is kind of scary as well.
It's also she's remarkably well composed for somebody being somebody hiding in her cupboard. So who is it? Who's there? Who is that? Who's there? It's like if there's someone hiding in my cupboard, I'm like, you prick, get out of there right now.
Yeah, see, this is my problem with this film. We'll talk about this later, right? There's some really nice ideas. There's some stuff that's really neat.
Mm,
Some of the acting is
mm.
atrocious. I'm like, this is so fucking bad. It's so bad.
It's no worse than other slasher films of the time.
I mean, that's true. When you go back, what, top Friday the 13th, 2 and 3 and shit, you're like, oh God, that's bad.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, it's no worse, and it's in some cases it's better. Like something like John Saxon is a solid hand.
Oh, but he's always a delight in everything he's in.
He is a delight.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and then we see Claire being carted up to the attic, which is really,
I
really cool
tell
as
you
well.
what, I mean, this is where you have to understand that the killer is a young person because that'd be murder on your bloody back, getting a body up a ladder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why did he hide in the basement? We have a lot of men just boot them down there.
yeah.
And they do have a basement because that's, the end of the film. But yeah. Anyway. And then, for some reason, Mrs. Mack, the landlady or house mother, whatever the hell she is, she's got booze stashed all around the house and one of them in a book. And I've written down, why is this a secret? This is
Yeah,
a house. She can do whatever she wants.
I've written booze in a book. Good idea, but also why you're an adult.
And
You can do what you can do what you want.
these girls are clearly drinking all the time anyway. So why does it matter?
Yeah.
Bizarre. The phone rings again. Uh-oh. Phil answers it, and it's Jesse's boyfriend, Peter. Peter, who's a musician, and he
Hello,
could.
Peter.
Hello, Peter, but he couldn't make the party.
Hmm.
Interesting. And then Jess says she has something to talk to him about, but she needs to be face to face to speak to him about it. Sounds heavy, right?
Sounds heavy.
And then we get Mrs. Mack brushing her teeth like a mad woman in the bathroom, and then she gets some booze stashed in the bulk, and I'm like, seriously, what? Why do we keep cutting back to this woman being a pisshead? Like, what relevance does this have on the story?
Also, I found it greatly upsetting that she rinsed her mouth out with booze and spat it out. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, that's perfectly good whiskey, that is.
You're stashing it like an alcoholic, and you're not going to be spitting it out.
Oh, and also stashing booze in the bog. Like, I know it's the top part where technically the waters are clean, but like, that's still gross. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess comes upstairs to Claire's room and knocks, but she doesn't answer when she knocks. And then it cuts to Claire rocking back and forth in the attic,
Yeah.
covered in that plastic sheet, and that's burned into my mind as well. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that bit
It's
is so
quite an
cool.
enduring image. That is quite an enduring image. It's the kind of thing that I think a lot of people who've never seen the film would recognize that image. I think they'll be able to place where they know it from, and I think they'll be able to place it.
Well, the fact it's on the front cover as well, of which gives it away. But I guess you could be like, well, we don't know exactly who that is until it happens.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, next morning on campus, and Claire's father, Mr. Harrison, is distressed that Claire isn't there to meet him, and someone throws a snowball at him. Just I'm laughing because it just comes out of nowhere. It just hits him. He's like, oh.
If
Oh.
some little bollocks threw a snowball at me and not my glasses, I'd beat the feck out of them.
But the thing is, this isn't like a primary school. This is a university. Why did a university student throw a snowball at him?
I think was it a university student or was it little kids? I thought it was little kids.
But why is there a little kid on campus? Unless they're there with their family picking up their siblings or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
maybe.
Yeah.
Kind
And
of feels odd as well that they make Claire's bereaved dad a comedy character,
Yeah, poor bastard.
got bumbling around like a fool.
Now, this is the bit I got confused with. So he starts talking to some bloke saying, "Oh, do you know who Claire Harrison is?" And he
Yeah.
sort of remembers. He goes, "Oh yeah, she's over at that sorority." It's not Peter, is it? That's just some random
No, it's some
dude.
random. This is a random dude.
Yeah, because I'm
It's just
like,
it's just a guy.
it just seems so
I think
odd.
they're
It
kind of
wouldn't.
throwing it up as a red herring, maybe. It's the kind of person that if you made it today, they'd turn out to be the killer. Because you'd be like, oh, see, we introduce you to him, but he's the killer.
Right, right, right,
But
right. No, we don't see this guy again. It's completely irrelevant. But then it kind of makes sense as well. Like he might know her, and he's just happens to be a bit of an acquaintance or whatever. I don't know.
yeah,
Then we get then we get drunken Santa, that guy who you think is called Kirk. He goes ho 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 shit,
he's brilliant. I love this bit. Just love how grumpy and terrible he is.
and everyone's drunk. Bob is drunk, and I'm like, what is this? It's all for like underprivileged kids or some shit. And I'm like, what's this got to do with anything?
Yeah, underprivileged kids would be grateful. That's fine. You don't need to turn up sober.
Yeah. And Santa keeps on swearing for kids out. He's like, isn't Santa nod? He's like, fuck.
Fuck. Oh, ho, fuck.
Oh,
Uh,
it's weird.
yeah, no, it's
Uh,
good. It's good. I think this kind of stuff makes the characters feel more real. I think, and I really like it. I really like this bit. I really like the kind of just them just being drunk and sweary in front of a bunch of children.
yeah. It makes you wonder, did they organise this themselves? Is this something that got thrust upon them? You got to do this. And oh, go on then. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mr. Harrison goes to see Mrs. Mack in Claire's room, and Claire's got weird pictures on the wall, like a montage of an old lady that ends up with her giving the middle finger. What's
I
this?
think this is a 1970s thing.
It must be, because she's also got a naked couple on top of each other on the wall as well. Like, they seem like quite nice. Why have you got all these weird pictures up everywhere?
You
Uh,
know, teenage rebellion, it takes many forms.
well, yeah. Mr. Harrison doesn't approve of this environment, and then Mrs. Mack is drinking more booze and making fun of Mr. Harrison and talking to herself. And I'm like, why does this woman keep talking to herself? Like, who are you talking
She's
to?
drunk.
Well, I'm drunk and I'm not talking to myself.
I do.
All right, each their own.
Walk around,
Yeah.
walk around the house in a dressing gown like in my younger and more vulnerable years. Cool.
There is a funny bit though where Mrs. Mack's looking for Claude the cat. She calls him a little prick, and then you see Mr. Harrison's head just pop up.
That's funny. It's very well timed, that joke. God damn it, Claude, you little prick.
And then when Mr. Harrison walks off, she just starts flipping him off. I was like, what did Mr.
Oh no.
Harrison do?
His daughter's dead.
Poor man. He takes so much abuse in this film. Then we see Billy the Killer's watching them from the attic window leave. Then what? Jess has come to see her boyfriend Peter and tells
Hello,
him,
Peter, I've come to see you. Hello.
no, this deals with some heavy shit, yeah, and it's quite well done.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so she comes to say that she's pregnant and she wants an abortion, and he starts being all misogynistic about it. And he's like, "Oh, well, I want to see you tonight." I'm like, "Why don't you just respect the decision, dude? Like, she just doesn't want it, and like, and you're very young, and this is stupid. Like, just no."
I wrote down some. It's interesting, right? Because it's weird for this to be in a film like this.
Yeah,
I mean, this subplot, this heavy, but it's quite. You say it's quite well done. And a lot of people said it adds this kind of feminist subtext to the film. I'm not entirely sure that go that far, but it's an interesting, and again, it makes the characters feel more real. It's more of a slice of this is they actually have lives that are going on when this stuff happens to them.
yeah,
You got Barb and her mum. You've got the Olivia Hussey and her abortion. You've got drunk Santa. And I also then wrote down the dialogue at the end of this scene. He's like, "I want to talk to you tonight. There's nothing more to discuss. I won't change my mind. Will we be there at 9 o'clock? Yes." It's like, okay. She didn't take much twisting of her arm.
but I will do as I'm told.
Okay.
So we're back at the party for underprivileged kids, and Mr. Harrison is now there looking for Claire. And then you can see in the background Barb is plying children with alcohol. And we're not even talking a beer, like she's got like fucking bourbon that she's giving to the kids. Like, what is going on in this
I
film?
really like the shot, the split perspective where you've got her in the background and him in the foreground, but they're both in focus. That's really
Yeah,
nice shot. It's really nicely done.
yeah, yeah. We get another phone call at the sorority house, and Jess answers it. Hello,
Hello.
who is this? Why are you doing this? Oh man, it's hilarious. Every fucking time she answers the phone in this film. It's Billy the Killer, and he starts saying weird shit about Agnes and the baby and all that sort of
Where did
stuff.
you put the baby, Billy?
It's really really unsettling. And then Jess hangs up, and then Barb, Phil, and Mr. Harrison have gone to the police station, and the cop on the front desk is Sergeant Nash. And at first, I thought it was Dean Jones. I'm not evil, you know, but it isn't.
Oh, I'm gonna, I got a love dog outside and I've killed the dog and oh, now I'm a policeman. Oh, God knows.
You can see I made that mistake though, but it isn't. It isn't. And he keeps telling Barb to shut up, and he isn't very helpful. So this cop is fucking useless. Every time someone tries to report something, it's like, yeah, all right, whatever. What happens? Yeah, then Mrs. Mack arrives at the sorority house again and mentions that the door isn't working properly. Wonder if this will come back. And then Jess tells Mrs. Mack about the phone call, and then Mrs. Mack tells Jess about Claire's disappearance, and then she finds more booze. Like, isn't it in the closet this time? Like, look, seriously, what is the point of this? It doesn't even pay off.
I think it's just adding a little bit of a character to her. She's an alcoholic.
But most people in this film is an alcoholic.
It's the 70s. Everyone was
Yeah,
an alcoholic, damn it.
exactly, exactly. And then back at the police station, Barb tells the cop the address of the sorority house is Fellatio 24880. It's like, now look, I refuse to believe that cop does not know what fellatio is, nor that she's playing a prank on him. Like, is he really that stupid?
He might well be that stupid.
Maybe.
I don't know. If you don't know what fellatio is, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. Tag us in the comment section. Right. And then at ice hockey practice, Jess has come to see Claire's boyfriend Chris, and I'm thinking that hockey mask he's wearing, really cool, kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a horror film with a hockey mask like that, like Jason, but weirder. And she tells Chris that nobody has seen Claire. And then we see that Peter's having a piano exam or a demonstration.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this he's doing? Is it an exam?
But yeah, it's his big recital, I think. It's like his big end of year project.
Oh, yeah, because they're on campus. Yeah, he might be
Yeah,
studying
yeah, yeah.
music at uni.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes more sense. Okay, fine. But he seems distressed, probably because of all that baby talk. And then, no,
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was being serious.
Oh,
His
right. Okay.
girlfriend doesn't want his baby. All right. Right. Then at the police station, and a lady is reporting a little girl Janice missing to John Saxon. It's like, yay! And he's playing exactly the same character he plays in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Exactly.
No, he's more understanding than A Nightmare on Elm Street. He's a good cop in this. He wants to help.
He's a good cop in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe anybody in Nightmare on Elm Street. He's like, this is all silly. I'm not believing
Oh
any of
yeah.
this.
And he was a former vigilante. You burnt a man to death. Yeah, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think with the woman reporting the missing child, the one thing, the kind of the mood of this film
It's odd.
is unhappy. Like it's a
Yeah.
deep vein of unhappiness. Like everybody's fucking miserable. They're like
Mhm.
they're alcoholics. They're unhappy in their relationship. They're missing children. Phil and her grumpy Santa boyfriend are the only characters that don't seem to be just constantly miserable all the time.
Yeah.
It's a really unhappy film.
It is an unhappy film, but also this subplot about Janice, it goes somewhere eventually, but it's like, but are we? Let's discuss it when we get there. But
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, I thought this is unnecessary. This whole subplot with Janice, the missing girl, is just you don't need
Well,
this.
you wonder if it's supposed to tie in.
Perhaps, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, and then Chris bursts in, Claire's boyfriend, and starts giving Nash shit for not doing anything about Claire's disappearance, and then he speaks to Fuller, which is John Saxon's
yeah,
character.
yeah.
At the back of the sorority house, Mr. Harrison is having dinner with Mrs. Mack, Barb, and Phil while he waits for Claire. Like, this scene is so awkward and it's so cringe and really, I don't know, it just pissed me off because Barb's being all drunk and obnoxious and she's talking about turtles having sex for 3 days. And like, what has this got to do with anything? That's it, apart from the fact she's drunk and making a fool of herself.
No, but it's nice character stuff. I
Is it
like all of
though?
this. I do. I like all of this stuff. I think it gives you, as I said, it gives you that sense that this is a real lived-in space, and that these people are actually people, and this is just something that's happening to them. It's not like they only exist. Like, in modern slashes, there's always a mystery element. So all the characters basically spend all of their time talking about the fact that people have been murdered and the fact that there's a mystery about who may or may not have murdered them. Right? You
Yeah.
don't get that. You don't get that so much in this film because they don't know that anybody's been murdered. And outside of the bits where they're talking about Claire being missing, they're just having normal conversations.
But this isn't a normal conversation. Like, one thing I got taught about script writing is, but would people actually say that type thing? And this is just such a weird conversation that she's just talking about. It's got nothing to do with anything. What prompted her to say that? I don't know. I just found it really odd. Like there's just some really strange dialogue in this film. There's some really
Yeah.
good dialogue and there's some really weird dialogue. This is it. Right. Anyway, so at this point, everyone tells Barb to go to bed as she's shit-faced, and yeah, she's constantly shit-faced. Apparently, like she was drunk like Ikea for most of the shooting of this film. But yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. And it tells. Right. Then we cut to Peter smashing up his piano for some reason. I was like, did he fail his exam or is he just
I
still
assume
upset
he
about
failed
this
his
baby
exam, which
stuff?
I'm not surprised about because it was shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was just him slamming some keys. I was like, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but no, sir, I don't like it.
Also, do you not think this is a bit shitty behaviour from Jess, right? If she knew he had an exam, why come and drop that bombshell on him about the baby? Because you not wait till he's done his exam, then tell him that.
I don't know why she bothered telling him at all.
Or just go ahead and get it aborted.
Yeah, she didn't need to know. That's
Well,
terrible. That's terrible.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I just thought her timing was rubbish. Like you really could have chose your moment. But anyway, fine. Back at the house, and Jess arrives back with Chris to speak with Mr. Harrison, and someone's watching through the window, presumably. And then everyone leaves apart from Mrs. Mack, who stays at the house. Hmm. And
she
then,
gives everybody a reason why she's going to not be missed when she's eventually murdered by going, I'm going away with my sister tonight. I'll be gone by the time you get home.
that's right. Yeah, because
Yeah.
during all this, the taxi driver's outside. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Barbara's asleep in her room, so she's drunk. There's a lot of convenient killing in this. A lot of people getting killed when people are busy and distracted, and they ain't gonna notice. Right. So in the park, there's a search party for that little girl Janice, and also Claire, I think. I'm like, hang on, are they looking for Janice or Claire? Or are they looking for both? It's not
I
clear
think
to
they're
me.
looking for anyone they can find. I think both, because Claire's dad's there and the mum's there
But
with the little
Claire's,
girl.
oh no, they're both missing. They don't know either of them are dead yet, do they?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
both missing. I think you assume. I think what's the kind of statistic like if you're not found within 48 hours and you're probably dead. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Which is probably accurate. Um, we see someone lurking outside the house, but who is it? And then Mrs. Mack is singing to herself drunk and packing, and then pulled the cat on dead Claire in the attic, which I thought was kind of cool. And then that makes Mrs. Mack detect him for some reason. She starts following up to the attic. I was like, don't go up there. So,
can a can a cat get up a vertical ladder?
all right, so yeah, they're pretty
One way to
agile.
find out. Someone
Yeah,
get me a cat. Someone get me a ladder.
yeah.
I'll
Go
get a
on.
gun and be like, get up that ladder, you.
You'd be
I
surprised
said,
how
get.
you'd be surprised how high cats can jump or can just cling on to things and just keep moving. It's bizarre. But up in the attic, Billy is hiding with a hook on a rope, and he attacks Mrs. Mack with it after seeing Claire's dead body and drags her up. I was like, that looks so shit. And then also, I'm like, are we made to believe that the hook like got her under the chin or something, and he
I
just
would
pulled her up?
assume so. I
Yeah,
don't think that would work. I don't think it'd be sharp enough.
no,
I think it'd be more likely to cave her head in, but then you'd have to go down and get her.
yeah, it just knock her and she'd fall down, wouldn't she? But yeah,
But also,
uh,
it is weird. Like again, I think having it take place over 24 hours, which I hadn't remembered, because when this first started, I was like, wait, sorry, are we supposed to believe the killer's just been up there this whole fucking time, just hiding out? Which is
yeah, for like a
really, really
week or
creepy.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not. It's only over 24 hours. That actually
yeah,
makes more sense, and it is very creepy.
yeah. So, and does he ever leave, or is he just constantly in the house?
I assume he's just constantly in the attic. I don't think he ever leaves. I think once he gets in at the beginning of the film, he's just there the whole time.
Well,
He
and
doesn't
we'll
go
come to it in a
anywhere
minute with Janice. Then that's a bit like, well, who did that? But all right,
unless he killed Janice before he went in the house. So that's my
yeah.
thinking if he killed Janice before he goes in the house.
Oh, so Janice could have been dead for a couple of days or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, she's been in the
Yeah,
park for a
okay.
while.
Okay. All right. We've done a bit of spoiler alert, but yeah, Janice is dead. Right. Mrs. Mack's taxi driver takes off whilst Billy is watching from the attic, and then he starts
I
going
love this.
berserk and smashing everything up. I was like, why is
Oh,
he doing that? Is it because he got disturbed? He wasn't expecting somebody to come up. It
I
wasn't
don't
part of
know
the
why, but
plan.
I just think he's meant to be insane. Like I don't think there's meant to be any real random reason or rhyme to anything that he's doing. I do love the taxi driver's like, anybody here? And then as he walks away, he kind of throws his arms up and goes, ah! He overacts so much.
Yeah, it's appalling. It really
Oh
is.
dear.
Yeah, for me, there's bits with like Billy on the phone or whatever, and some of his behaviour is really fucking scary. Some of it's just stupid. I was like, it's really, really stupid. But yeah. Jess leaves the search party to go meet Peter, and then shortly after the search party, they discover the dead body of little girl Janice, who we don't see, I might add.
No,
So you could.
I do love the fact there's just an additional random child murder thrown into this film. It's like this film's just unhappy. Look, this child's been murdered.
It's
No,
just,
have that.
but again, this goes back to my, what was the point of this? Apart from some sort of misdirection, or are they connected? They're not connected. This is just a really crime-ridden town they live in, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
just horrible things happen.
yeah,
That's the message. Horrible
absolutely.
things happen.
Horrible things happen on uni campuses. Right. The phone call at the sorority house, which Jess answers, "Hello, hello," and it's Billy being weird again. She's like, "Please, please stop." Oh no, 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 because Billy starts going, "Please help me," and stuff like that. Like, oh, this is really creepy shit. So, from what I can piece together the nuggets, he was probably abused by his mother Agnes
Yeah.
and made him go
No,
mad.
Agnes was the sister. Agnes, and
Okay.
so yeah, it's kind of hard because it does explain it all in the remake.
Oh
What
well,
happened?
that's Tosh then. Like,
No, but it is sort of Agnes is meant to be the baby. Agnes is the baby. They keep talking about the baby. What have you done with the baby? And I think
right,
the idea is, and I think you're right. He was abused by his mother, maybe his dad, and he kills a baby. I think that's what.
right. Okay, cool.
Now in the remake, I'll be very quick. You see
Please.
all of this. He's abused by his mum, and her mum and his mum and her lover kill his dad. The mum can't get pregnant, so she rapes Billy, so she gets pregnant. The baby that comes out, you see all of this. The baby that comes out is Agnes.
Mm.
Billy then rips Agnes's eye out, kills his mum and dad, turns their flesh into cookies, and is eating it when he gets arrested and taken to the Azay Asylum, which he then breaks out of on Christmas all those years later and goes to the sorority house. Now, as it turns out, Agnes lived and is there's a kind of a thing like, oh, who's Agnes? It's like Agnes is living in the attic. So all the way through the remake, Agnes, who's weirdly played by a man, is living in the attic with one eye, and her and Billy kind of go together to kind of kill. And Billy's also jaundiced, so he's bright yellow. It's
Jesus
it's
Christ.
fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't
It's
want to watch
it's,
this.
it's lurid. It's really lurid. Is the word I would use. I quite like it.
Even from the kill count, I don't remember any of that. But anyway, all right. Just blocked it out of my memory.
No,
Right, anyway. So Jess starts making a call to the cops about the obscene call she's been getting, and then we see someone slowly coming down the stairs, but it's Peter. I'm like,
hello, Peter. Hello.
why are you here, Peter? What are you up
Yeah,
to?
suspiciously hanging around upstairs in your roll neck.
Yeah, why would he come down? Would he just go, "Oh, Jess, I'm here, I'm here"? Why would he like creep down to scare the shit out of her type thing?
I'm always creeping around, scaring the shit out of people. I love doing it.
Yeah, well, you're a sadist.
I'm in your house right now.
Yeah, that'd be so scary if suddenly the door opened. That doesn't make any sense to me. But right, anyway.
This was all pre-recorded. I just knew
Oh,
what you were gonna say.
oh, it's like some Saw 2 shit. Yeah, that'd be cool. Right. So Jess tells Peter about Claire being missing, and Peter tells Jess he's failed his piano recital. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And at the police station, Nash takes the address again, the details of the obscene calls I've been getting, and he's also very dismissive about it. It's like, this guy's fucking useless. He's absolutely useless. Um, Peter and Jess talk, and Jess explains that the little girl being dead and Claire's missing, and all Peter wants to talk about is his pregnancy. That's just the way he goes, a little girl died today. Oh, really? Right. So anyway, I want to keep this place.
Cool. I don't know.
He might as well have said that. Like, no one seems to give a shit. Everyone's so blasé, like, a little girl died today. But anyway,
Yes, because it's
um,
Christmas.
yeah. He wants them both to drop out of university and get married and have a child together, and she essentially tells him to fuck off. I was like, well, yeah. She's
I mean,
still
to
got
be
things
fair
to do
to
with
him,
her life.
he takes the news fairly well. He's like, I don't want to marry you, Peter. He goes, all right. I mean, that's pretty measured.
What a gentleman.
I mean, he's still like the archetype of the controlling arsehole boyfriend, but like that's pretty reasonable. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he could have gone mental and overturned the table, all that sort of stuff. But no, nothing like that. At the police station, Mr. Harrison is there, and Ash is being scolded for Fuller for doing fuck all about anything. And then Fuller and some other cop are absolutely pissed themselves laughing about that fellatio joke that plays off. And they're just like, are you that stupid? He's like, I get it. It's something dirty, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
It's so weird. There's so many different elements to this film, like with the cops laughing and all of these little different bits. Like, it's just there's just so many different elements. It's not really a slasher. It's because the way it's paced and the way it's just not quite a slasher. It's more of a who done it, but it's not really a who done it. It's kind of is. It's got that slasher element, but it's not really a slasher.
Yeah, it makes you wonder when this bloke was making this film, Bob Clark, is it? Bob
Oh,
Clark?
Clark, yeah.
What was he going for? I guess as well, where there wasn't really a slasher film per se, he didn't really have anything to go on. So this is kind of its own thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, and
it's
then
kind of, and then people took elements of this and then
yeah,
refined it
yeah,
into what
yeah.
became the slasher formula. This isn't. This is more of a, I'd say, like a psychological horror film. I don't think it's supposed to be a slasher. Yeah, there are people who get murdered, but what, four, five
Yeah, not
by the
many.
killer? Not
Not many.
many.
Yeah.
Four, I think, by the killer, and the little girl. Yeah, five. Um, but it's not done in the way that slash films are done. It's not one every few minutes. It's like
Hmm.
kind of paced out about 20 minutes and then quick flurry at the end, and then you're over and done with. It's very, very oddly paced.
Yeah. Yeah, so back to Peter and Jess. So his chivalry has ended because he starts being all misogynistic, calling her a bitch, all that sort of stuff. And he's like, "Oh, you're getting rid of this baby. It's like having a wart removed." I was like, "God, no, it really isn't Peter. Like, she's very young and wants to carry on with a uni. Like, why don't you get this?"
Yeah.
And then he's borderline threatens, and then he says, "Like, if you get an abortion, and you're going to be very sorry." I'm like, oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
yeah. Then he storms out of the house as Phil and Fuller arrive, and then Fuller looks at Peter suspiciously.
he does. He gets it into his head right now. He's like, that guy's a wrong un.
Yeah, we haven't got many suspects. He'll do. Yeah. And then Fuller and Graham are there to put a tap on the phones in the house, and then Graham gets to work doing that, and Jesse explains the calls to Fuller, and they sort of discuss Claire's last known whereabouts, and then, oh yeah, at this point we learn that Mrs. Mack is the house mother. I was like, whatever that is, but like you said, it's probably a live-in
Yeah,
person who keeps the
yeah,
girls
yeah,
in check, sort of thing. Yeah,
yeah. Basically,
bet he's still drunk all the time.
yeah. We have still drunk. Just
Yeah,
put him in the
yeah,
bucket. Why not?
yeah. Barb is still asleep. I'm thinking, yeah, at this point, Margot Kid has been hardly in this film. She was at the start.
Yeah,
She was at the party. She was at the police station. She made an ass of herself at dinner, and that's pretty much the last we'll see of her, apart from when she's in bed. So,
yeah. Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Get a nice establishing shot of the glass unicorn. Why does she have so many shit glass animals?
I don't know. It was the 70s.
Yeah,
Uh,
a little
um,
glass menagerie.
yeah, she's asleep, and they all agree to keep it that way. Fine. And then Graham explains the phone has been tapped. It will ring through to the police station, but it's very manual how they have to trace it. So they'll have to keep the call on the line as long as possible, where he literally has to go and find like what
Where it's
telephone
coming from.
box it's got. Yeah, yeah, which is kind of cool. It's like
Yeah, it's
that.
kind of cool. I like those scenes. It's that because then it's, again it's this bit where you've now got this procedural element to it, like this
Yeah,
procedural police bit to it, which I think is really neat.
yeah. I
I
always did
love all
one.
this stuff. I love stuff like this from the 70s.
Yeah,
This
me
is stuff like,
too.
oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it did always make me wonder when you watched old cop movies or TV shows and stuff, and they said you got to keep the caller on the line for as long as possible. But why? Because nowadays you could probably trace immediately where it's coming from. But it was literally a manual process to try and find where it was coming from. So it's, yeah,
Yeah.
very, very cool. Um, Fuller points out, shows there's a cop outside guarding the house. They've got nothing to worry about. I was like, now, what you've shown them is a parked car. It's like, I cannot see a cop inside that car. And if there is a cop
No,
in it, he's probably doing very little. He's probably eating and listening to the radio.
probably fiddling with himself.
Yeah. Outside Peter's stalking the house for some reason.
And
And
he's
then,
just standing outside in the cold. He looks like he looks like he's forgotten his coat. Stood there
I
like,
can't,
oh, I've left my coat inside, but I stormed out. It's going to be too embarrassing to go back in. I can't go and ask for it now. Oh no.
my car keys are in that coat.
I've locked myself out with flat, and now I'm just stuck out here, freezing. My nips.
Oh, that'd be so jokes if that's actually what he was outside. And then Phil is very poorly acting that Claire is probably dead, going, shit. And then Phil says she's going up to bed, leaving Jess alone downstairs. Like, hmm.
Hmm.
Graham at the phone company's checking all the phone tap and he's working, and he reiterates again to keep the caller on the line as long as possible. And then in the attic, we get Claire rocking with a doll, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like he's put a doll with her, and
Yeah.
she's rocking as well, and he's muttering. Um, Jesse's sat by the phone waiting for the ring, and then we see Billy descend from the attic and go into Barb's room, who is asleep, like, whoa. And then Jess hears Barb making weird sounds, so she goes to see her, and she said she had a nightmare about someone in the room. But was it a nightmare? Whoa.
Those sounds she was making, I was like, it's a horror film. It's a horror film.
Yeah.
It's not sex noises.
Yeah, she was making some very odd noises. Like, that's what you
Uh,
do when there's a stranger in your room.
that's what I'd do. If I woke up in the middle of the night, there's a stranger standing in my doorway, I'm like, oh, oh. Actually, no. I'd wake up, look through the murky darkness, and go, "Hello, hello.
Why are you here?
What do you want? No, stop doing this. Get out."
Oh man, I love Olivia Hussey. I love Olivia Hussey, but she cannot act. She cannot act.
No, not for shit.
Barb falls back asleep, and Jess hears some Christmas carols singing kids outside, so she goes to listen to them. Now, I thought this bit was really
Oh,
cool. Like she
oh,
comes
you
outside, she's
fuck off.
yeah, ordinarily bucket of hot water or whatever, but no, she goes out to listen to them, and she's like, really like, oh, sort of moved by it.
I tell you
Um,
what, Don't off, go on.
Just
Like,
done it.
they start singing. I was like, they look like a roving gang of children around a crime scene. And they just like they stop. And then they start the second verse. Like, oh no, I thought they were finished. They keep going. He's trying to close the door. Like, okay, just keep the door open.
They're probably waiting for their money. He's like, let's sing another one.
You say she's moved. To my mind, she looks like she's slightly afraid of them. She's standing there like,
Oh, really? No, I thought she'd really enjoyed it. But yeah. Yeah, then we get a POV shot of Billy making his way through the house upstairs into Bob's room, and he picks up that unicorn, and we get a really cool shot of Billy just in the darkness. You see that he's got
mm,
like sort of longish hair, and you see his eye and shit, and then yeah, he picks up that unicorn and stabs Bob to death with it. But sorry, Jess can't hear it because of all that Christmas caroling. No, it was convenient, wasn't it?
I reckon those kids were in cahoots with the killer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they go around making distractions so the killer can murder people. I know your business.
Yeah, where do those kids go to next? Right. Oh yeah, some old bag arrives at the house. Like, who is this woman? And then she tells the Christmas carolers to get out of it because what we know already, there's a murdered girl. And then she says the phone's ringing. It's like, who the fuck is this woman? Like, what, is she part of the Christmas carolers, or is she just a random woman, or who is she?
Teacher, maybe? I think it's probably
Maybe a teacher.
school. I
Yeah, yeah.
assume teacher and just like the responsible older teacher, the one who's like, no, there's a murder on the loose, and the other one's like, but we should let the kids sing.
It's like there
Oh,
is a child was murdered.
everybody go the fuck home.
Yeah. Jess answers the phone and it's Billy making noises again, and then the police and the phone company are trying to trace the call, and then Billy says it's just like having a wart removed. Like, oh, because that's what
Oh,
Peter said. So you think it's Peter doing it?
yeah, but it's not because you also know that he was in the attic and he can hear them.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on. Oh yeah, that conversation was at the sorority house. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
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 because
yeah.
I kept thinking, was that the bit when she went to see him at his music studio? No, it wasn't. It was in the
No, it was
house.
at the sorority house. It all hangs together quite neatly.
Yeah. And then Fuller calls back and says they couldn't trace the call. It has to be longer. Then he questions, saying, "What did you mean when you said, 'Oh my God'? Did you recognize something?" But she denies it. Like, why? Why not just say, "Yeah, I'm pregnant," and that's what the conversation we had? Or is it because she doesn't want to drop Peter in it yet?
Yeah, I think she's probably sort of half wondering whether or not it is Peter. Like, I don't, at this point, it doesn't really work as a whodunit because it's
No.
pretty obvious that it's not Peter. Because
And there's not
A,
many
he
suspects
has,
either.
there's not many suspects. You've got what Peter really is the only one.
Yeah, or that crazy dude, like the one with the shit hair. That could have been a. Oh no, but he was at the party earlier on, so he couldn't have been
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
he was at the
yeah, yeah.
party, and he was at the party where they broke in. So he couldn't have been him. It couldn't have been Chris. It
No.
could Peter doesn't make any sense. And also with Peter, it's like he's the only person who could have done it. But you see close-ups of the killer's eye, and his eyes are different colors. So it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
it's
but
not him then.
to us, the audience, we know that, but then everyone else thinks it's him.
Yeah, yeah, but I think as an audience
Oh, I
experience, it
see,
doesn't
I
work.
see, I see. Yeah, no, you're right, you're right. Then there's a weird fucking bit. Like, we're back at the police station, and some dude has shot a cop in the arse for trespassing on his property. I was like, what's it got to do with anything? What, why?
I did
Is it because
enjoy this.
so the
So I was
search
written.
part? Go
Sorry,
on, no, go on.
no, you go.
So the search party have been going around, which includes cops. A cop comes on this bloke's property and he shoots him in the arse, and they don't arrest this guy for doing this.
They probably did.
But he's not
Probably a
even sorry.
crazy
He's like,
old.
"Yeah, you come on there next time, I'll shoot you in the head." Wait, what? What is it with Americans and shooting people on their
Just
properties?
threatened to murder a police officer.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that there's this film walks a very fine line between weird nonsense like this and building character. Like, because there are films where they do stuff like this where it's like, there's no point to this, right? It doesn't add anything. It's
Mm.
just there. Whereas this, it doesn't add anything, but it feels like it's adding to the overall tone. So you know why the cops are distracted. Like you've got there's all this, it adds to the general sense of unease. It's the kind of thing I was thinking watching it, but it's not scary. Very few slashers are scary. No slashers are scary, but it is uneasy in
Yeah,
a
it's
way like
creepy.
in a
Yeah.
way like The Shining is. It makes you feel uneasy because
Mm.
it's like everything's a bit off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do get that.
Mm.
Yeah, it'd be one of these things. In fact, I think when I watched it when I was like 14 and I watched it in bed with the lights off, there was bits like with the on the
Yeah,
phone, and I was like, oh God, this is creepy. So yeah.
yeah. It's
No,
unpleasant.
yeah, I get what you mean. Then what? Yeah, then Phil and Jess are discussing how it might be Peter as Billy's watching through the crack in the door, but Phil doesn't think it's Peter. And then they say the cop is still out there, and I've put them down. Well, I mean the car still is. So
Yeah, we've not seen the cop. We
yeah,
will.
a bit relieved. Peter then calls Jess, and then he starts saying, "Please help me." Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Graham and Fuller are trying to trace Peter's call to see where that one's coming from too. I'm like, that'd be a good twist if like they. Oh, but would it? Because yeah, they trace
What?
Peter's call. It's coming from Peter's house. Like yeah, and so
He's
like
at home.
yeah, Ugh.
He's at home where he should be.
Yeah, exactly. Or a payphone or something. Um, yeah, and then Peter's going on about the baby on the call, and Jess is trying to tell him to stop it, and the call ends, so Graham couldn't trace it again. But it's like, yeah, but why do you need to? You know, it's Peter. But whatever.
Yeah.
Um, Fuller calls Jess and wants to know about this conversation with Peter was all about. She said, oh, she's pregnant, and Fuller suspects Peter. Then Jess says, oh, it couldn't have been Peter because he was at the party at the start of the film when they got one of those calls, which is true. Ah, but then there's the twist later on. So yeah, it could have been that guy with the crazy hair as well because whoever's at the party, the big
Yeah,
reveal you get
yeah,
later
yeah,
on, it
yeah.
doesn't really
It's
matter.
coming from.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. Cool, cool. The search party hasn't found anything despite their efforts all over campus. And then this bit's weird as well. These two dudes arrive at the sorority house from the search party and they have asked if they've heard anything. They just say keep all the windows and doors locked. And I'm like, what's the fucking point of this bit? Apart
It's
from
to
that,
make them realize that none of their windows and doors are locked. So they go and lock all of the doors and windows. And
that's right.
when the twist happens, it's a nice little. I think it's a really nice little gotcha moment of like, you've just trapped yourself in. Like
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
not. Yeah, all the thing that's meant to make you safe is having the opposite effect.
yeah, yep, yep. Fuller asks Nash to get records on Peter back at the police station, and then Phil goes to see Barb in a room, and the door slams shut. And I've put down, it was nice knowing you, Phil.
I'd forgotten Phil died. I completely forgotten she died.
I
I didn't
don't,
think she did.
I don't remember the character of Phil. I remember Olivia Hussey. I remember Margot Kidder. I remember John Saxon. That's about it. I didn't remember all these other weird side characters that were in this. Fuller goes to the music studio and sees that Peter's smashed all the piano up, and then Jess calls out to Phil when we see a POV shot of Billy the Killer making a phone call to which Jess answers, and we get more weird shit from Billy. So now, when I first watched this film,
Mm.
I thought, does he make the phone calls as he's killing the victims? And it's the women almost like screaming for their life type of. But it's not.
No,
He always
it's
seems
him.
to make the call once he's killed them.
Yeah, it's him doing the silly voices.
Yeah, but you can forgive me for thinking that because like, but how
Yeah,
is he
yeah,
doing a woman's voice like that? But then, yeah, I don't know if that's
yeah.
part of your Smith trivia, but yeah. Um, so Graham's frantically trying to trace that call, and then Fuller and another cop are listening in on the call and in a cop car, and then Graham's finally traced it, and then radios Fuller and says the call is coming from the same place as they're going out from. They're like, oh no, that's nonsense. It can't be happening. And it's like, no, no, it is. They're coming from that house. And then Fuller radios that cop Jennings outside the sorority house. Oh, is he the Jennings? He's dead. That cop who's been sat outside that car the whole time has had his throat
Yeah.
slashed. So Billy did leave the house. He went out there to slash the dude's throat and then went right back in again.
Yeah, and that's weird. I don't know why he would have done that.
Just in case they called out to him and he came and helped. But yeah,
Maybe it shows more forethought because it's weird that they can't quite settle on whether or not he's smart or if he's just insane because he keeps doing something like that to protect himself. Also, the phone that he's using is in the attic. And
mm,
there have been points after he killed. So after he killed Barber, we then thought he'd run back up to the attic, made a call, and come back down again, went back into the room to kill Phil, then went back up to the attic. He's just legging it up and down.
didn't he use the phone in Barb's room for
Is
that
there a phone
one?
involved? I don't
Yeah, no, maybe
know.
not. Because I think they said there's only two phones. There's one in the
Yeah,
hall and one in the.
Miss
Uh,
Max room.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Except there isn't because that one's in the attic. And did he take Mrs. Max's phone up to the attic?
Is
I don't
there,
quite know.
is there even a phone socket up there?
Doesn't really make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't. And then Fuller instructs. Oh yeah, Nash calls Jess and tells to get out of the house, but don't. No, sorry. Fuller tells Nash, who's bloody useless, call Jess and tell her to get out of the house, but don't alert her. And Nash does the exact opposite. He's like, get out of the house. The calls are coming from there. It's like, you literally just did exactly what Fuller told you not to do.
There's no way of doing that, though. There's no way of saying, I need you to get out of the house right now without having to explain why.
I guess he could just say, there's a there's some police outside who want to talk to you. Can you just come outside your house? There is a way to do it, but no, he just does it without any tact. He just goes, yeah, there's someone in the house. Just you should probably get out. But Jess ignores Nash screaming on the phone and starts calling out to Phil and Barbara upstairs. They don't respond. Now that's a dilemma in it because if your two mates are upstairs, you don't know
Yeah,
they're dead, right? And
yeah.
you've just been told someone's in the court. You could say if you're scared and go, well, fuck it, I'm getting out of here. But on the other hand, you're like, well, wouldn't you want to try and save your two mates as well? So
Well, what
I
I would
get a
do is I'd
dilemma.
call out like she did, and if you didn't answer after 3 times of me screaming your name, then I'd be fucking out of there. I'd be like, oh, you're probably dead.
Phil, Bob,
She's there
Phil.
for like a minute solid going, please answer me. And it's like, they're dead, Olivia.
So dead. Yeah. And then she
Wait,
grabs
are
her.
they upstairs? I thought,
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
in
think
Barb's room.
Barb's room was downstairs.
No, it's upstairs. It's on the first floor, I think. I think there's a couple of
Okay.
floors. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jess grabs a fire poke and goes upstairs, and then she goes into Barb's room. She sees that Phil and Barb are dead on the bed. Now, this is my favorite bit of the film when you see Billy's looking through the crack, and I got this fucking sent a shiver down my spine. Like, oh, this bit is so tense. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. And he's looking through the crack. It's like, hey, I'm Billy, like that. And then he starts chasing her and screaming like a madman. I'm like, oh, that's fucking terrifying. When you realize you're
Yeah.
locked in a house and there's a
Yeah.
nutcase in there and you could be dead any minute. Yeah. So Jess can't get out the front door because there's a problem with the door, isn't there?
Yeah.
So they said earlier. Anyway, and then
I
she
just
runs.
thought she was suddenly incapable of opening a door.
No, it's because there's a problem with the door. All right.
Uh,
Although there was no problem with the door any other time, apart from when it just kind of swung open earlier on. But anyway,
well, no, I thought what happened was when those two guys came to that door, they said, "You do realize it's the only door in the house that's locked." They then went round and locked all of the doors, including the front door, which is why she then couldn't open it. She'd either forgotten she'd locked it or was useless, or maybe locking it caused there to be an issue with it. Maybe that's why it wasn't locked before.
yeah, okay, fine, fine. So Jess runs to the basement and Billy chases her and he tries smashing through the door, but no, he doesn't make it. And yeah, all of this is just so genuinely fucking creepy and tense. I'm like, is she gonna get out of the basement or not? And then it all goes quiet. So Jess goes into the basement further, and the cops are on their way at the double to the house. And then Jess can hear someone calling her name from outside the basement, and we see a shadow out there looking through. And then the shadow starts calling through the door by the window. We see that it's Peter.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Peter then smashes the window for some fucking. He doesn't know there's a killer in the house. Why has he smashed the window?
There's no one letting me in. I kick the
Oh,
window in.
I'll show you. And then, yeah, he makes his way inside, and Jess is trying her best to hide, and Peter's looking for her, but then he finds her, and then the cops arrive, and we hear screaming from inside the house. And the cops break down the basement door, and we discover a dead Peter on top of Jess, who is alive, but she's beating Peter to death with a fire poker. And then I'm like, this bit's so fucking stupid. Jess is resting in her room, presumably they've sedated her, and then the Fuller and the other cops are saying, "Oh, I knew it was Peter," blah blah blah. And the doctor says, "Oh, Jess is going to be out of this till tomorrow, so we'll talk about it tomorrow." The doctors conclude that, "Oh, everything's in order," so they just decide to leave Jess
Yeah.
alone in this murder
Yeah.
house.
They would have taken her to the hospital. There's absolutely no way they'd have just left her home. I also think the fact that you don't see her kill Peter is slightly anticlimactic. And I always thought when I was younger, I thought the ending to that bit was weird. You don't see, it's
Well,
like it's missing something. Like you should see her kill him, or at least what led to that moment, because it just feels weirdly anticlimactic that they just get there and he's dead and she's beating him to death with a poker, as it transpires for no reason.
well,
Um,
I took this for two schools of thought. Number one, he was coming out of being all misogynistic again, she beat him to death, or he was coming to all calm and rational, just like a mad woman. She just beat him. And I think they deliberately gave it ambiguity, so you don't know what
maybe,
happened.
maybe it's when I was younger, I think it confused me a little bit.
Yeah, I get you. I get
As,
you.
as an
Well,
adult, no, not as much. Although it's nowhere near the most confusing slash film ending of all time, which is
no.
Valentine, which
Oh
makes
God, yeah.
not a lick of fucking sense.
None whatsoever. But the other thing is, for a brief moment, you think Jesse's dead as well, because she sort of slumped over Peter as well. So maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah,
both
yeah, yeah.
killed each other. Yeah. Um. For some reason, Mr. Harrison is there and he's in shock and he's got to be taken to the hospital. It's like, why is Mr. Harrison in shock? He didn't see
Well,
any of this horror. Like, why have
well,
they
I think
brought him
he's.
here?
I think he's probably just worked out that his daughter's dead.
But they haven't found Claire yet. That's the other
They
thing. They
will. I think they will find her pretty shortly because I think you hear the police saying, "Oh, they're sending more cops over to go and search the house." So yeah, they're going to find whatever's in that attic pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah.
It's just a question: will
Um.
they get there before
Right.
he kills Jess?
Yeah, because then the camera starts panning around the house, and we hear laughter and murmuring coming from the attic, and then up in the attic, Claire's still rocking back and forth, and we hear Billy talking to himself, and then we zoom out of the house and we get a shot of the exterior as the phone starts ringing. But there is a bloke standing out, so I was like, is that a cop?
Yeah, it's
So,
cop.
so that will make me think, well, if Billy did, oh yeah, but Jess is sedated, so he could just go up, just literally
Yeah,
just slash her throat, and that's it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was Black Christmas. Cool. So let's rewind back. We're 14-year-old
Mm.
boys. We love our slasher movies. What did we think of this back then?
Well, obviously I loved it, which is why I suggested it to you. I have tried to get you to watch it. I just enjoyed really anything slasher related. I also really enjoyed the fact that Margot Kidder was in it, having been such a big fan of the Superman films when I was
Yeah.
younger. Um, it's hard because now I can appreciate different bits of it. When I was a kid, it was literally just it's a slasher film, and I actually found some of the sort of creepy Billy elements to be underwhelming because as a kid, what you want is Jason and
Mm,
Michael Myers and stabby, stabby, slashy, slashy. You don't want kind of sort of depressing look at mental illness and societal decay in the 1970s.
yeah. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head then, because when you lent it to me all those years ago, I didn't know what to make of it. Like,
Mm.
you sold it to me like, oh, bloke in a mask, killing people, usual setup, one by one, final girl, all that shit. No, it's not that. It's its own thing. Remember, I used to get so tired because I used to do a paper round when I was a kid. So I used to get up with the crack of dawn. So very often I'd watch stuff and I'd fall asleep. And I actually remember falling asleep watching this. So I was dipping in and out of consciousness, not really enjoying it. And then I remember waking up and seeing like the phone ringing at the end. And I was like, what the fuck did I just, what is this? This is so weird. And I think I remember coming into school and being like, Smith, why did you big this film up so much? Like this is not Jason. This is not Freddy. This is not Chucky. I mean, this wasn't even Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which came out around the
Mm.
same sort of time. This is just such a weird little film, but for some reason resonated with me. It's like, I've seen so many shitty slasher movies that I've
Oh,
just forgotten about, completely forgotten about. Like this one always stayed with me. So there was something about it. So maybe it was different.
and it does that different thing in a way that I think that some of the other ones from the same time don't really manage. So I do, the one that always sticks with me that I watched when I was younger that I had a similar feeling towards was When a Stranger Calls.
Now I've never
Um,
seen that, but it's the same sort of thing, right?
First 20 minutes, Carol Kane is in it. The first 20 minutes is absolutely fantastic. It's the calls coming from inside the house. That's the whole thing. That's the point of the first 20 minutes. And then there's another hour and a bit of police procedural, and
Mm.
it never. When I was younger, I actually haven't watched it recently. I might have to go back and give it a go. But when I was younger, I just thought it was boring as all holy hell because you just get a deranged madman walking around. And I actually think it wouldn't be great. Certainly wouldn't hold up to scrutiny. But this sort of does that thing and does it well, or at least it sticks with you. It kind of has this nasty little edge to it that kind of sticks with you. And I think a lot of that comes down to the characters, like a lot of that comes down to the writing, a lot of that comes down to performances. I know you said that the acting wasn't great, and there's odds and sods here where it isn't. I mean, Olivia Hussey is a weakling.
Oh yes.
But I mean, she was quite well regarded as an actress at the time. She'd done is it Macbeth? She'd done before
Romeo and
this.
Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, that was it. Romeo and
And she
Juliet,
was
and she
in
was
Jesus of Nazareth and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, she had loads of
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah. Death on the Nile,
Hmm.
and she was latterly in Ice Cream Man, which I've never seen. Have you ever
No,
seen that?
no, I've only seen the kill count of it, so no,
Yeah,
not
it's
seen
not
it.
my thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, the other thing, I don't know if it's part of your Smith trivia, and I actually listened to
Mm.
a podcast this recently. You cannot call your own house, especially back in the day. You could not, if you dialed your own number, you just got an engaged tone. So that's what's flawed about that story.
No, 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 it's not because they said they have two lines.
Ah, that's how they
There is
get
a
round
line of
it.
dialogue where they say that Mrs. Mac's number is a different number. It's a
Got it.
different line. They've got two lines going into the same property.
Right. That's
So
how they
that
got round
because
it.
Mrs. Mac as the den mother needs to be able to make her own calls, and if the girls are on the phone all the time, she's not going to be able to do that. So yeah,
Yeah, because all this stuff is derived from that whole urban legend about the babysitter keeps getting the calls are coming from
yeah,
the
it calls
house.
from
Have you
inside
checked the
the house.
children, all that shit? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
which you
so
can now
many.
do quite easily with a mobile phone.
Well,
Mobile phones have made that much easier.
that's what made the beginning bit of Scream so creepy because you just think, oh, it's some dude in his house has called someone. It's that bit when he goes, oh no, I'm looking at it, like, oh fuck. Like he's got a mobile phone. That's really scary, you know?
It is those nice moments where you realize the one place where you're meant to feel safe. It's like I said at the end of this film that like
Mm,
when it comes to you realize the cop you haven't seen is dead, so that protection's gone, and they've locked themselves in with the killer. And that's like this nice little gotcha, like
mm,
the trap closing around these characters in a way. I always love it when
yeah.
films do that, where they kind of set characters up to try and outsmart someone, and slowly by trying to do that, they end up trapping themselves. Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of fun. It's kind of neat.
Well, that ties in nicely. So, what did you love or hate about it now, watching it all these years later?
Um, I sat there and I watched it the other night, and I hadn't seen it in years. Hadn't seen it in years. Remember liking it. Like I've got it on DVD somewhere. You know, I'd seen it probably 10 years ago, maybe the last time I watched it. I used to um, watch Christmas films a lot more than I do now. Um, and I just thought, I was watching it, I was like, this film is great. Like it's creepy. Like it's creepy. It's unsettling. It's not scary, but it's uneasy. It's kind of, it feels pacey. Like it doesn't drag. Like there's so many slash films where you're like, get the fuck on with it. Whereas this doesn't have that for me. It kind of feels, it's in like a nice sense of place and time, and the way that it sets up the mystery of who Billy is, doesn't answer it, gives you enough that you can go. And I think that's where the remake goes wrong, by giving you everything, like and having a big action-packed finale where Billy's running around the house trying to kill them. Is not really how it's supposed to be. Um, you never find out who he is. Could be someone you could have seen him before in the film and you wouldn't know. Um, he's just mentally unwell, and it's awful, like awful. Yeah, I just thought it's atmospheric and it's, but yeah, you.
Now, see, I'm torn, right? Because there's a lot to like about this. Because yeah, a
Mm,
lot of the tropes of the stalker movie, the stalker, slasher movie, come from
yeah.
this. It is genuinely fucking creepy, intense at the end. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know. And it's a shame that twist is so common now. The calls are
Yeah,
coming
it's
from inside the house.
overdone.
Yeah,
Overdone.
I'm sure back in the '70s that was like, oh fuck, like, that would have been a really good twist, you know.
It's,
Um,
what's weird is that it's almost playing with the tropes of the slasher film before the slasher film's a thing.
yeah,
So if you watch a bunch of slashers before you see this, that moment's probably got more of an impact when you realize they're inside the house. Because most slash films, it is someone from outside coming in to kill you,
mm,
whereas this is someone's already there.
yeah,
Um,
that's different. Yeah, that's
but
yeah,
it's weird that it's doing it before it was even a thing to do. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah, yeah,
reacting.
yeah, 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 no, exactly.
Um,
And it's weird how no one tried to copy this formula. They just took this basic formula and just did other shit with it, and that became the trope. So
yeah,
yeah,
there was a yeah. I mean, they still say bits of it. Like you never really explain Michael Myers. I mean, they try. Rubbish. You never really explain Jason. These killers are unknowable. Um,
yeah, it's only Freddy really gets the decent backstory, isn't it?
yeah, and but I think Billy is more. Be it could be anyone. It's just
Yeah.
that, and you do get like a powerful sense of not of dread whenever the phone rings,
Mm,
because you know it's going to be something horrible. It's only going to get worse as the film goes on. From like
yeah.
the breathing to, it kind of makes you think, has he targeting them? Because they say it was the breather again. It's like, oh right, so has he been calling them from somewhere else, and he's now
Mm,
come to town? Like, you know,
yeah. How long's this been going on for? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. How long's he been watching them until he finally made the decision to get into the house?
No, see, this is the problem with it. There's all these really nice bits in it that we've talked all the way through this, but there's just some stuff I can't get past. Some of the acting is really bad. There are bits where I was just bored. I'm really bored. I just want this film to end
Really?
now. Yeah.
I see. I didn't get that at all.
No, it looks cheap as well. You can tell it's made on a shoestring budget.
Well, yeah, that you can tell, but I don't see that as a problem with the kind of film that it is. You don't need a budget. Like,
Now
what do you?
the problem is there are far superior films that have been made on a similar budget, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is flawless in my mind. That
Yeah.
is a
Mhm.
fucking great film. It's so well paced. It's unnerving. It's unsettling. It's different. It's unique. No one had seen anything like that before. I would argue that's probably the first slasher, proper one anyway. And it's just,
Is it a slasher?
yeah, he's Leatherface is picking them off one by one by one, and he's
I
the
mean,
masked
if you
killer.
take that as your criteria, you could go back to Agatha Christie's, and then there were none.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's someone being picked off. I love that story. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just I did. You watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it looks so much more polished, and it look. I know it's like an accident and miracle that they made this wonderful little film, but I didn't get that from Black Christmas. It just looked a bit tacky and crap, and and you'd expect more, like you said, Olivia Hussey, Margot Kidder, John Saxon, and you'd think it'd just be more polished than it is, but it's not, and it isn't really a whodunit. So it's just this whole weird, what the hell is this film type thing, you know? But it's a shame because there is so much to like about it, like we've discussed as well, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I didn't get the cheapness. I certainly didn't get the drag at the boredom. I thought it was great. I thought it was very very watchable.
Mm,
Um,
Nah, I just think sometimes, like even when you go back and watch a really old film from like the 1940s and 1950s and all the dialogue and the acting is really, really good, I wasn't
yeah.
getting that from this. I just felt like some of the way the lines were delivered were just really, So it's,
Mm,
yeah.
okay.
Anyway, but let's part of that for now. So, Smith Trivia, what you got for us?
What have we got? So, directed by Bob Clark, directed A Christmas Story, another Christmas movie previously mentioned, as well as Porky's, and yeah, and latterly a film called Baby Geniuses, which I've never seen, but by all accounts, one of the worst films ever made. Came out in 1974 on a budget of 686,000. It made $4 million, so made its money. Never got a sequel, but I don't really see how you would sequelize this.
No.
As mentioned, two remakes. The latter remake is just called Black Christmas. I don't think it's got absolutely anything to do with this in terms of it's about a fraternity, and it's all very odd. I've
Mm.
not seen it. Um, it's obviously based on urban legend and a real life Canadian murder sprees. The original writer based it on that. Bob Clark took the screenplay off him and polished it to make it more human and to represent the realities of student life at the time. So
Mhm.
making people being a bit more pissed up, people being a bit more edgy, which I think
Mm.
kind of comes through. Um, so Olivia Hussey signed on after being told by a psychic that she would star in a Canadian film that would make a lot of money. She also apparently on set was constantly banging on about meeting and marrying Paul McCartney, which her psychic had told her was something that could happen. And a lot of the other cast felt a bit sorry for her, this very strange British woman.
Yeah.
Betty Davis was offered the role of Miss Mac, but
Mhm.
declined. Gilda Radner was originally cast as Phil. So Gilda Radner was one of the original cast of Saturday Night Live, was originally cast as Phil, but had to drop out due to Saturday Night Live commitment. She married Gene Wilder. So if you've ever seen Haunted Honeymoon,
No, not
that's
seen that.
that's Gilda Radner. It's not great. Edmund O'Brien, who's in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, he shot Liberty Valance, was originally cast as Lieutenant Fuller, but dropped out due to complications from Alzheimer's. John Saxon stood in at the last minute, although he was the one they originally wanted and had originally wanted to cast, but his agent had sort of turned it down on his behalf. I said earlier, the POV shot was filmed during a specially designed camera rig.
Mhm.
Um, Claire's death was a genuine surprise. She didn't know quite where he was coming from. She
Oh,
knew
that's
someone
creepy.
was going to jump out, but didn't know quite where he was coming from. Although that doesn't really translate on
Yeah.
screen much. She said also the bag on her head was a real bag, but she didn't have any problem with this because she was a swimmer and so had lots of practice at holding her breath. So she was quite happy to have the bag put on her head and to hold her breath and just rock back and forth for a
Oh.
couple of minutes at a time. Um, so the first, and this is when we come back to killing sorority after sorority, the first television broadcast was delayed in some parts in America. So this was due to be played in American affiliates of NBC at the same time, and roughly at the same time as this happened, or a couple of weeks before it was meant to air, Ted Bundy killed a few people killed one girl in a sorority and then went to another and killed several more. So in NBC, some parts of Florida where this happened, I think Pensacola, um, they didn't show the film. It was put off because real life serial killing was happening that was altogether very, very similar, all the way down to the roll neck jumpers. Um, Andrea Martin, as played Phil, was the only person to return in the remake. She plays Mrs. Mack
Mhm.
and dies horribly in that as well. Studio executives wanted to change the ending. So they wanted to have at the end with Jess being left alone with Chris, who's then revealed to be the killer the whole time. But they pointed out that that wouldn't make any sense because he's with the police the entire film.
Mm.
He is
Exactly.
always with other people. He is never alone in the attic. There's no way it could have been him. The studio were uncomfortable with it being an ambiguous ending. To raise more suspicion as well, Nick Mancuso, who was the main voice for Billy, um, I think as you mentioned earlier, there were other voices on the phone as well, but he was the main voice for Billy was Nick Mancuso, who played Billy as well physically. They had him dub some of Kid Leia, who played Peter's lines. So on a couple of instances where he's talking, it's somebody else's voice coming out. to make you further raise
Uh,
suspicions that it might be him because he's got the same voice. Um, yes, and apparently Billy's shadow is in the background of some scenes, but I couldn't spot it. I was looking for it. Apparently, you can
hmm.
see his silhouette in some scenes hiding out in the background. Just reminded me of Pipes from Ghostwatch. But
Oh,
I knew that's the reaction I guess, so I dropped it in. Yeah, Billy's backstory, the one I mentioned in the remake, was approved by Bob Clark. And he said, "Yep, that's the backstory. That's what happened, and that's who Billy is."
wow.
But there you go. That's everything that I could find. Have you got any additional bits you'd like to raise?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that was pretty much all the research I did as well. So yeah,
Good-o.
cool. So the final verdict, does it hold
Mm.
up?
Yes, I
I'm going to
loved it.
say no. I'm going to say no. Because,
No. Ah, come on, man.
shall I tell you why? Would I watch
Well,
this again? Probably not. It's
I
like,
would.
would you watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre again? Yes. Would you
Yeah,
watch the Friday the 13th films again? Yes. Would you watch the
some.
Halloween? Yeah, but you know what I mean? But like this as a standalone one, I'm like, no, like like some of those ones on the kill count, just like Happy Birthday to Me and like fucking uh
April
President's
Fool's Day.
Day, April Fool's Day, all these really prom night, all these weird
I liked
slasher
April Fool's
movies. I'd probably just, especially prom night, that's rubbish. Like, it's one of those ones you just watch the once, you're like, oh, I've seen it. Oh, we'll never watch this again, like that. And
Yeah, okay. There's a few like that. I'd watch Happy. I'd watch April Fool's Day again. That's a good film.
I can't remember that one to be honest. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, this is in the bucket of weird slasher movies that I've seen it. I'm happy to see it. It was fun to go back and revisit. And like I said, there is lots to like, but I haven't watched that going and got a newfound love for it. Like, oh, that was awesome. I'm going to watch that again. You know, it's
Oh,
just
you
kind
see,
of,
I would. I'd happily watch it again. I'd happily watch it every Christmas.
no,
Put it on
I
rotation. Put it
wouldn't.
on my Christmas film rotation. Um,
No,
yeah.
it's a shame. I really, really wanted to love this. I really wanted to because I love my slasher movies, and I was just kind of bored and just annoyed with the acting and just, yeah. But
Okay.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but I'm going to say it doesn't hold up because it just didn't quite grip me. It didn't make me think, oh yeah, oh this is really good. There was a couple of bits where I thought was really tense, really creepy, some great ideas, but just overall, I think there's a better film there. I
Well,
think
everybody
maybe,
is entitled to their opinion, even if they're wrong.
well, I mean. Perhaps with a better cast, like a bigger budget, they could have got better actors. It looks a bit more polished, a bit more professional. Then yeah, I would like it, but it's just on a shoestring budget and just yeah. I'm sorry. I wanted to
No,
love it.
well,
I
no,
just
you
didn't.
you should apologize. All right, we'll have to
Anyway,
agree to disagree.
so yeah, it's another one of those. It kind of holds up. Cool. Right, next episode's nomination, which is from Smith. Smith, what you got for us?
Hello. Hello. What have I got?
Hello.
What would you think of first if I said to you a rip-roaring jungle-based adventure from the 1980s?
Predator, probably. Knowing
Predator.
you.
No, no, no. More like an old school adventure film.
Old school adventure film in the jungle. I don't know. Put me out my misery, Smith. I'm tired.
It's Romancing the Stone.
Oh. Oh, I've genuinely not watched that in years. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Good.
Why not? All right, good. Yeah, yeah.
Michael,
Well,
Michael Douglas, Danny DeVito, the world's shortest cast.
yeah, and Kathleen
Nobody,
Turner.
nobody here is about 5 foot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. My wife loves that movie, so I'll get her to watch that because she doesn't watch half the garbage that we watch. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't subject Hannah to half of the stuff that we watch.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, Romancing the Stone it is. Right. Well, just before we get out of here, I'm going to plug our socials. So you can reach us on email. It doesn't hold up podcast at gmail.com. We're on Instagram at it doesn't hold up podcast. We're on Twitter or X as it's now known. It doesn't hold up pod. We are on YouTube at it doesn't hold up podcast. And we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the good places you listen to podcasts. So give us a good review, follow us, like us, share us. And remember, we do take suggestions and we will cover them eventually. So, Smith, is there anything you would like to say to our viewers on this special time of year before we break for Christmas, regroup in January for Romancing the Stone?
Yes, I'd just like to say, Billy, what your father and I need to know is what have you done with the baby?
There was me thinking you were going to say a very happy Smithmas, but okay, that's fine.
Oh, yes, in which case, sorry, I don't know what came over me. Have a merry, very merry Smithmas.
And a happy stew year.